Thursday, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel, She Wears Many Hats. If you are new here, my name is Samantha. Welcome. So last week, Wednesday and yesterday, I did not get to do a Motivational Wednesday video, beautiful people. I was not feeling well. So this morning, I am feeling a little better. So I thought, why not come on here and share a psalm? The psalm I'm going to read this morning, beautiful people, is Psalm 143. And as you can see from the title of this video, I titled this psalm, Hear My Prayer, O Lord. And it is a psalm of David. So I invite you to get your Bible and read this psalm with me. Let's read this psalm together, beautiful people. Psalm 143 from verse 1 to the end. Hear my prayer, O Lord. Give ear to my supplications. In thy faithfulness, answer me, and in thy righteousness. In thy faithfulness. David did not say in my faithfulness and in my righteousness. No. He said in your faithfulness. He's talking to God. He said, in your faithfulness, in your righteousness, answer me. Because David knew that he is not perfect, and so are we, beautiful people. So when we go to God, we must know how to go to God. When we want something from him, do not act like you're perfect, because we are not. We must go to God with a humble spirit. Verse 2 says, and enter not into judgment with thy servant, for in thy sight shall no man living be justified. That's what I'm saying. In God's sight shall no man, shall no man living be justified, because we are not perfect. Jesus said there is only one good, and that person is God, beautiful people. Listen to verse 3. For the enemy hath persecuted my soul. He hath smitten my life down to the ground. Sometimes we are fighting some enemies, beautiful people, and sometimes we are tired. It's as if the enemy is winning. So David is saying here, for the enemy hath persecuted my soul. Sometimes people just hate you for no reason, beautiful people. He hath smitten my life down to the ground. I feel helpless. I feel hopeless. I feel weak to fight these enemies. He hath made me to dwell in darkness, depression, as those that have been long dead. I feel like I'm a dead person because of mine enemy. So David was reaching out to God here. Verse 4. Therefore is my spirit overwhelmed. Sometimes some people make you feel overwhelmed. Some of us this morning, we are terrified of going into our workplace because of some people. So some people that we have to rub shoulders with, beautiful people. Therefore is my spirit overwhelmed within me. My heart within me is desolate. I need help. I need help. I cannot fight these battles by myself. Listen to verse 5. I remember the days of old. I meditate on all thy works. I muse on the work of thy hands, because David knew who God was. We ought to read our Bible to know the kind of God that we serve. Our God is powerful, he's mighty, and there is nothing too hard for him, beautiful people. Verse 6 says, I stretch forth my hands unto thee. My soul thirsteth after thee as a thirsty land. My soul is thirsty. Sometimes we find ourselves thirsting for God because of how we live. Sometimes, we walk away, we backslide, and then there's a time when we yearn. My God, we thirst. We want God. We want him to hear us. We want him to answer our prayers, beautiful people. Verse 7 says, hear me speedily, I want answers now. Sometimes we feel like, I want an answer and that I want it right now. I can't wait until tomorrow. I want to hear from you now. I want answer for this prayer right now. I want a suddenly answer, beautiful people. Hear me speedily, O Lord, my spirit faileth. Hide not thy face from me, lest I be like unto them that go down into the pit. Hide not thy face from me. Sometimes God don't want to hear our prayers, you know, because sometimes we have fallen too many times, beautiful people. And when we fall so many times, sometimes when it's time for us to go to God in prayer, it's like it's hard work. So that is why we have to stay on the right track. Stay on the right track, beautiful people, and I can testify to that because I have fallen a few times. I am not perfect. Listen to verse 8. Cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning, for in thee do I trust. I don't trust in nobody else. Now this is the bad man of the Old Testament. I call King David the bad boy of the Old Testament. And King David is saying here, cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning, for in thee do I trust. He did not trust in his soldiers, even though he had good men, soldiers when he went out to war. David had the best soldiers, but David is saying here, I trust you, Lord. I trust in you. Cause me, I'm going to turn pages, turn the page, beautiful people, and he says, cause me to know the way wherein I should walk, for I lift up my soul unto thee. This is humble right here, verse 8. Cause me to know the way wherein I should walk. You can just imagine that, beautiful people. You know, it's the first time I am seeing this, and I'm going to have to meditate on it a little bit. Because, beautiful people, as I said, I did not upload a video yesterday and last week, Wednesday. So I just opened my Bible and you know, the first verse, you know, the first verse ring a bell. It says, hear my prayer. And I said, you know, I'm going to read Psalm 140, 143. And this is the reason why we ought to read our Bibles, beautiful people, because I've never heard this one. He says, cause me to know, cause me to know the way wherein I should walk, for I lift up my soul unto thee. That's humble. So David is saying here, teach me how to live, teach me how to walk. It means teach me how to live, dear Lord. Because especially when we live amongst some people, and some persons that we work with, you know, we have to ask God, how do I live? How do I act around these people? How should I treat these people? Because it's not easy, you know, beautiful people. Some people, it's not easy to deal with some people. Listen to verse 9. Deliver me, O Lord, from mine enemies. I flee unto thee to hide me. Hide me from them. I'm tired of fighting. And David was a fighter. Especially, you know, when Saul was after him. It was weary for David, because David did not want to hurt Saul. So he's saying here, saying to God, he's asking God to hide him. Hide me from them. I'm tired of fighting. Sometimes we're tired. We're tired of the arguing, the quarreling. We're all grown. I'm tired. Hide me from them, Lord. Sometimes we feel like we want to go on under a rock, beautiful people. Let me tell you, some people, no matter how you treat them, no matter how you love them, you don't get it back. You do not. Because David was humble to Saul. He served him, but yet still Saul hated David when he found out that David was to be the next king of Israel. All right, number 10. Teach me to do thy will, for thou art my God. Thy spirit is good. Of course, God's spirit is good. Lead me into the land of uprightness. Yes, I want to live an an upright life. I want people to say, you know, I'm so, she was so sweet. He was so sweet. He was so kind. He was so loving, you know. But sometimes, even when we hope for that, even when you are that, here is the sad part, beautiful people. Even when we are loving, even when we are kind, it is still not enough for some people. And that is sad. But it's reality for some of us. Verse 11. Quicken me, O Lord, for thy name's sake, for thy righteousness' sake. Bring my soul out of trouble. I don't want to get in any trouble. No, I want to be free and happy. I don't want to go to prison. No, I don't want to hurt Saul. You know, I honor, he's your servant, O Lord. I don't want to hurt him, because we all know if David wanted to, he could. Verse 12 and last. And of thy mercy cut off mine enemies, and destroy all them that afflict my soul, for I am thy servant. I am thy servant. Fight my battles. David is saying here, Lord, fight my battles for me. I'm tired. I'm weary. Hide me. Fight for me. And I know this prayer is a lot of us prayer this morning. And that, I was going to say, that is my motivation Wednesday. Well, today is Thursday, so this is all I have to share for today. I think I will be able to upload my savings challenge update on Saturday. Thank you all for listening and watching. God bless you all.